Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here. It's Tuesday, and we've had a few days off. So today we're doing it Tuesday trivia. I've got questions ready about Giants of Africa. That's right. We had the Giants of Africa weekend this past weekend, the Giants of Africa game, clinics and camps, and then the big gala on Sunday night that was enjoyed by a lot of the players and coaches. This Sunday night fancy dress gala with Boys to Men, BBD, DDD. Yeah. So it's a big deal. It's Masai's baby. It's an important thing that's going on for the continent of Africa and just in general for basketball and all kinds of good things have been coming from Giants of Africa. Let me start with the comments and we'll do some regular news for about 10 minutes and then we'll do the questions. So don't go too crazy in here in the comments so we can have a nice natural cutoff to go right in the comments questions. All right, we start with Trevor J, y'all, and today it's a special day, guys. Listen, Trevor J saying, good morning, Raptors family, happy Tuesday. I give thanks and celebrate the day I was born. Today is Trevor J's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Commissioner Trevor J, the Trevor J Cup. And what we learned last night was that this in-season tournament is awesome. It's overwhelmingly the opinion now. All these idiots that doubted it ahead of time really feel stupid at this point. I knew this was going to be a smashing success. I said it right away. And I said, man, what are you talking about? This is going to be really good for the league. Watch. And boy, did it show up last night in full effect. Everybody's saying that the Pacers Celtics game last night may have been the best game played this whole entire year as far as entertainment and just craziness with that game. Good job, Indiana, stepping up strong and taking out the Celtics. It was so awesome. Happy birthday, Trevor J. So happy that you're here with us on your birthday. Y'all give a big birthday wish to our commissioner of fun, Trevor J. He's awesome. Trevor's also saying Milwaukee's fan base is not happy with Adrian Griffin. I did not know this. I've been unaware of this, but apparently, yes. Some of them are upset because he's calling plays for people like Chris Middleton and Malik Beasley over Dame Lillard. In some ways, the fans are never going to be happy with what people do. In some ways, there's not a confidence in him that he can carry them to a championship as a coach. Yeah, there's different issues going on with what's going on there. In fact, Dana said in our Facebook chat that she thinks he's going to be fired this season. You know, I had a feeling that this might happen. It sucks because in some ways, look, Nick Nurse's coaching tree has gone and gotten other jobs and to different levels of success. Chris Finch is doing fantastic in Minnesota. In fact, he's the coach of the month for the NBA in the Western Conference. But we know Nate Bjorkgren's story. Where in that spectrum of coaches that coached underneath Nick Nurse does Adrian Griffin fall? The jury's still out on that. He's still got a lot of time, hopefully, to figure it out. So we'll see. I'm rooting for Coach Griff. I like him. And honestly, some of the stuff and the people that are against him are just messed up people in some ways that are just miserable and just looking for people to pull down and pull apart. That's one thing we always got to remember with this. There's haters. And especially there can be haters of people that people don't like for racial issues and also other issues. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why people can be like the way they are towards people. Trust me. They may have other motives other than just basketball. All right, let's see. Trevor J's also saying the NBA plans backfired. Indiana put the Boston Celtics out. This was good. This reaffirmed my belief that, all right, this league is not completely rigged. If the Celtics had won last night in some way that had been really dubious with the referees in a close game at the end of the game, I would have been like, yeah, this league is going to hell. It's going to a place where it's just not going to be fun to watch anymore because it's more and more scripted. And, well, they went off script last night. Indiana, good job. I'm so proud of you, Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton having more and more fans from last night and the craziness. That scene in Indiana was electric and was amazing and had playoff atmosphere in December. So they are winning with this. This is supposed to be football time of the year. And basketball made itself king last night. There were people that were supposed to be tweeting about football last night on Twitter, and they said, I can't stop watching the basketball game and tweeting about the basketball game. Your job is to tweet on college football and football stuff. I'm sorry, but this basketball game is too good. I have to comment on it. That kind of shit was happening last night because the NBA made itself so attractive. Holy crap. And the other game was pretty good too. The Pelicans beating the Kings and putting them out. Sorry, Country Kong, you're out, but fun guy. You're moving on to the next round. And Edmund, good job with Indiana Pacers. Race Mode Daily's Indiana Pacers move on to the next round. This could be yours, Edmund. If there's a dream in-season tournament for the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton, this is your trophy, Edmund. That's right. If they get all the way there, that's right. Who would have thought? Every team in this whole competition, I had no idea who's going to go where in the in-season tournament when I signed y'all's teams. I just named the teams to who would sound like Country Kong, Kings. That's KK. And then boom, Race Mode Daily, Pacer Car, Indianapolis. Okay, that's why you got that team. So that's a lot of it. Why? Dana's here. Good to see Canadian Dana. Good morning, everyone. I'm already on my 5th cup of coffee. Okay, Miss Royakovich. Jeez. Yeah, you sound like Darko there. You know, somebody asked Darko, like, how many cups of coffee did you drink on the way in after that crazy red eye from Barclays Center in New York to come in and play against the Suns last week? And he said, no comment. He did not want to answer that. He was going to be embarrassed by telling how much coffee he actually ingested on that Thursday when we played the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, you're intaking coffee like Darko, Coach Darko. I love your solidarity with our coach, Dana. You keep doing what you're doing. Just don't mess with your health. Just don't mess with your health. Love you, Dana. You're awesome. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Tom G is saying, good, happy birthday to Trevor. Happy birthday, Commissioner J. J from G. Original Raptor Freak trivia champion, first year champion G is wishing you a happy birthday. Amit is here. Oh my gosh. We were wondering if you're going to show up, Amit. Happy to see you, my friend. And yes, of course, Amit's ready to play some trivia. This is his favorite segment on our channel. And I'm glad that Amit's here. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to the trivia leader, Fiercely Salsera, who's still in the in-season tournament also. She's got her team playing tonight against the Lakers. Phoenix Suns is Fiercey's team. If they go on, that might be Fiercey's. This trophy might be Fiercey's. We'll have to see. But yes, Fiercey is here winning. Fiercey's life is winning. Amit's saying happy birthday to Trevor J. Yes, happy birthday to Trevor J. I believe it was Meredith's birthday this week also. We missed that. Happy late birthday to Meredith also. Let's see. Kukat saying, good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Happy birthday, Trevor J. Indiana has me smiling. Yeah, I was really happy when I heard that they did that. Yeah, it was awesome. This is what it shows, home court advantage with a boisterous crowd that really is pushing towards you winning can be a huge factor. Home court is absolutely a huge factor in this. In fact, some people are saying it's not fair that they have to play the last 2 games in Vegas with a neutral crowd. Because in some ways, that advantage that they had last night against the Celtics was powerful. Let's just put it that way. Indiana people love basketball. And some people are crediting today Tyrese Halliburton with reigniting the Pacers spirit that has been dead since the Reggie Miller retired. That they finally have something to really give a shit about with the Pacers franchise. And boy, did Halliburton really reinvigorate that franchise. You know, we beat them by 1 a couple weeks ago. So in logic, we're above the Celtics now or something. I don't know. Fiercely saying, happy birthday, Commissioner Trevor J. That's right. Trevor J, your daily contributions to this channel are so appreciated, my man. You are awesome. Fiercely saying, Adam Silver had a bad night's sleep, Celtics. It is what it is. I am so happy. I love to see that happen. I really do. Let's see. Monique is here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good morning to you, superfan Monique Lawrence. We're always happy to see you here. Cooket's saying the entire tournament will be successful. The football competition in Europe, Latin America, Africa are proof. Yeah. And they're going to expand it. I really do think that next year they'll maybe make it 8 games instead of 4. They may tinker with how many groups there are. They may really try and get 8 groups somehow, some way. I don't know. They're going to do different things and they're going to improve it. That's the most important thing. Whatever didn't work exactly right, like this point differential thing, they're going to probably tinker with it and make it really fine tune it from year to year. But I think it's here to stay. And the folklore and the history of it's going to start building now with somebody winning it for the first time. They released the pictures of the awards themselves. Like they're going to get medals, like they're Olympians, the whole team that wins. And then they showed like the all tournament team trophy. They showed the MVP trophy, and then they showed the actual NBA Cup. And these trophies are quite nice, just like our Trevor J Challenge Cup. Very, very nice, swanky trophies. They have a nice look to them. They're better than the crystal shit that they've been doing recently. I really haven't liked how they've used like that ball that they gave Scotty for Rookie of the Year. I found that kind of annoying. He doesn't like it himself. He said that on his Twitch stream one day. That it's like, I wish they had given me a more traditional looking Rookie of the Year award. Because at some point during the last couple of years, they were giving all these crystal ball kind of looking orbs to everybody as awards. And in some ways, Scotty wish he had gotten more one of these kind of trophies for Rookie of the Year instead. All right, let's keep going. Jimmy is here. Good to see Jimmy Pope, the Pope of Positivity. Did you hear what Fred said about leaving last year? He was just on the Woj podcast. Yeah, this has come out in the last couple of days. I don't think anything that he said is that bad or egregious or wrong. He realized that, this is Scotty's team and that was part of factoring into things. He realized that maybe the Raptors did not value Fred as much anymore because we're changing directions. I mean, there wasn't anything that he said that was really like insulting or upsetting to me. It was more that he's just saying this is how it went. And that this summer, when they started to talk about the contracts, he knew that it was like, one of the things that I love what he said was he was very unsure about leaving Toronto, that he didn't really want to leave is what he kind of said. And it was very unsure about uprooting his life and moving it to Houston. And I knew he would be like this because of his personality and also partly because he has a very young family. He just had a third child this year. That's a pain in the ass to have to move from one country to another. And in some ways that was factoring into his decision this summer. But it really got the point where the money was overwhelmingly so crazy good from Houston. And Toronto, in some ways, we're like, well, this is our ceiling, Fred. We can give you 30 million. And if Fred wanted to take the 30 million a year and stay in Toronto, he could have. He could have. That would have been the way he could have stayed. But the 13 million more a year really was a big factor. And that 13 million made the inconvenience of moving his young family to Houston a lot easier. Let's just put it that way. So I don't have any problem with what Freddie said. I don't think this hurts his standing in any kind of way as far as a growth. And, unless there's some part of it that I didn't hear that's really insulting, I think that everything he said was just Fred. He's just being honest and he's just telling us what's up and how it went down. And honestly, also in that Woj podcast, you get the feeling that it was really hard for him to walk away from the Raptors. It really was. So it's not a bad thing that he did in that, from at least from what I can tell. Unless you guys have some other opinions about it, let me know if you have a differing opinion on this. Of course, as always, you guys, we can all think differently and stuff like that. But Jimmy, if something rubbed you the wrong way, let me know if it did. Cool Cat saying Halliburton is proof that you do not change a player's shooting form. Yeah, once again, Grady in the interview yesterday, he seems like he's well again, which is good because he might have double duty tomorrow. Is that he once again said, I had not changed my shot since I was a little child, and I'm shooting the exact same way that my mom taught me how to shoot since I was a very, very little kid. He reiterated this in a practice interview yesterday. We had a couple of interesting practice interviews, ones with Pascal and Darko, and also Grady. And what was revealed in the other two interviews was that Darko has a contest for the team that if they win 3 games in a row, he's going to take the whole team and the staff out to a fancy dinner. And he said he will pay it himself. Siakam's kind of like, no, you're going to get the team to pay for it. He's like, no, I'm going to pay for it out of my own money. And that's your carrot in front of you to go and get 3 wins. Make the coach pay for everybody's dinner. I kind of like this strategy. This is interesting and different. Some people say, well, why does he have to do that to motivate them? No. You know what this is? It's making things fun and making them a game. It's not about buying them off or doing something like that, or the guys are lazy and they don't want to do this. No, they want to win 3 games in a row. They have the gumption to go do it. It's just that, wow, this can focus and make it really kind of like a very focused for the goal, because they're like, oh, this can help me. This makes it more tangible. It's like, if I win 3 games in a row with this team, then coach is going to buy us all dinner. It's good to make fun little goals like the chain or Darko buying everybody dinner, because who knows? We'll have to see how quickly they win 3 games in a row. Seriously, what if they win 3 games in a row very soon and Darko's taking them out to dinner right away? So I like this, that our coach is doing this. I think this is really smart. And people that are hating on it or saying something like this, some people are being jokey and saying they're never going to get that dinner because they suck. Fuck all y'all. We're going to get that dinner. And honestly, the way that these guys, it's really good to build team goals and goals for individuals and different people. And that's what Darko's doing. He's putting fun things around them to strive for. And getting dinner from coach is a really cool one. In some ways, it's a really awesome one. And it's funny because it's a detriment to him, but it's like, because he's got to pay for it. But in some ways, he'll be so happy. And it really kind of shows what matters to Darko. Then that's winning. It's not necessarily how much money he has. So I like this. I like this a lot, honestly. Let's see. Cool Cat is saying, Lex, after trivia, Fred VanVleet interview on Woj Pod should be discussed too. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. All right, let's see. We will definitely talk about it. Yeah, Fiercely saying, I can't shake the fact Yahoo Sports shut down. They had positive Raptors content. Yeah, it's sad and it sucks. And like, there's a lot more of these issues coming up. In some ways, my channel and people like me may be becoming more and more important. Independent press, independent like media that doesn't have anything to do with like Rogers or Bell or Yahoo or anybody. In some ways, there may be more and more importance in little things like me in this kind of world, the way it's changing and stuff with things with big corporations taking jobs away from people for AI and things like that. So yeah, this is gonna be important. Yeah, Trevor J saying, thanks all of you. I appreciate it. Man, Trevor, you're awesome, man. And I hope you have a fantastic birthday, surrounded by their loved ones and doing things that you enjoy. Blackhawk saying that last Pacers Celtics game was sweet. Yeah, wasn't that awesome last night, Neil? I'm really, really happy the Pacers won. Good job, Indiana. That's what I hope for. In some ways, I should be paying a bounty to you guys, but in a way, this is just the in-season tournament. Who's going to take the Celtics out at the end of the year? That's who I want. I'll pay the bounty to them. But right now, you got the preliminary bounty. And thank you for doing that. Jimmy's saying birthday cake for Trevor. I like that. I like that a lot. Good stuff, Jimmy. And Blackhawk saying that trophy does look stylish. Yeah, it's a nice looking trophy. The in-season tournament trophies really do look nice, and the different things they're doing. I like that there's medals. That's going to be weird. Like, these guys are going to have like they're not Olympic medals, they're in-season tournament medals. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. Fiercely saying, I watched the Kings versus the Pelicans. It was very exciting. Pelicans were trailing by 15, but came back to win. But what I noticed, Kings bench is deep with Monk, etc. We need this. Yeah, we need some more bench for sure. Yeah, we're going to figure this all out. Ben Corleone is here. Good to see a new name. And I like the last name there, Godfather. Do you think Rap should trade Siakam for a shooter like Keegan Murray or Levine? I don't want him straight up for Levine. In fact, he makes less than Levine, which is crazy. I feel like Siakam's way more valuable than Zach Levine. So no, I would not trade him for Zach Levine. And I wouldn't trade him for Keegan Murray either. Keegan Murray is not enough. There would have to be a lot more to that Sacramento package if I was going to trade Siakam there. I'm against trading Siakam in general because he's our project. He's our guy we built up. Masai says he likes to retain his guys. It's like we put in all the work to develop and build these guys up from nothing, Fred and Pascal. And in some ways, we want to enjoy and reap the benefits of having them. Siakam plays well with Barnes. So there's no reason to want him to leave. If you think it'll be what helps us retool the bench and makes it better, I think that we can trade lower people in the totem pole, in the whole hierarchy of things. And in some ways, if we trade those people, I'm more happy than trading OG or Pascal at this point. I feel like Pascal, OG, and Scotty is a big reason why the Raptors are very good right now, and that we need to keep that trio together, just like the three amigos from that movie. So you could maybe start talking about Gary Trent and what we could trade for him, or some of the other bench guys. I'd be into that more. But I'm not really talking about trading Siakam right now. A lot of the stuff with Siakam trades is unrealistic and dumb and doesn't help the Raptors anyway. So a lot of it's not useful to talk about. Yeah, Jimmy's pointing at it. He said, let's not talk about that. Yeah, unless you have an offer that we can't refuse, Corleone. Cool Cat saying Fred VanVleet made the best decision for his family. You don't turn that kind of money down. And more job security, seeing the direction of the team will change. Yeah, I have no problem with what Fred did. I think that it worked out for everybody. Anybody who has sour grapes about Fred, you need to get over it and just allow and respect the great Fred VanVleet, the great Raptor, to live his life and do what he's doing. We had an amicable party, just like with Lowry. And there's nothing wrong with what has happened with Fred. People that continue to say the front office failed when it came to Fred, no, they did not. No, they did not. The right decision was made for everybody, for Fred, for the Raptors, for Masai, for Rich Paul. Everybody made the right decision in that situation. Jimmy's saying, realistically, we would be better retaining him and visiting it next year if that must happen. He has next to no value on the last year of his contract, talking about Siakam. And I agree with Jimmy. I stand with him on this. Yeah. Infamous is saying, salute, freaks. Respectfully, Fred is full of shit. He went there. He went where the money was. If the Raps offered more, he would have stayed. This was the same guy that admitted that he lied about the extension. Now, this is true. He did lie about the extension talk last season and made it real muddy and unclear. I blame Rich Paul and Clutch for that and negotiating tactics. Now, listen, I don't think that what Fred said is wrong. Like, he did kind of really love being in Toronto. That's really hard to deal with, especially when it's the only team he ever played for. It's just a really weird thing that happened this summer. He got priced out from us being able to keep him, and he could get that money somewhere else. So I'm not hating on him. You know, what is he full of shit because he left? Is he full of shit because he took the money? Is he full of shit that he's saying that he loves Toronto and it was hard for him to leave? I think that's all true. I think it's all true. Most saying, I can't wait for Dennis's Giants of Africa content. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder on Instagram telling everybody, yeah, we're going to do a Giants of Africa clip from the great gala that Masai put on Sunday night. So it should come out today, sometime today. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on. Yesterday, I spent about 2 hours with Terrence Ross on Twitch. He's retired now, and he's just kind of hanging out online. He's saying, yeah, I'm retired, y'all. Let's hang out. And I was one of like maybe 40 people in there, and he was talking directly to me, just like I talked to Scott. And it was awesome. I was telling Terrence, I was like, man, you're a Raptors legend forever. Raptors Nation will always love and respect you. You're a dunk champion for us. You're also got that 50-point game against the Clippers. And he said to me, he's like, you know, Raptor Streak, when I got that 50-point game, I was the youngest Raptor to ever get 50 points in an NBA game ever. And I thought about it. I was like, holy shit, he is. Because he did that in his rookie year when he dropped 50 on the Clippers. And I was like, Terrence, you're awesome. And we were talking about all kinds of stuff. He was going to see the Godzilla movie yesterday. He was asking us how it was. And then Terrence and I were talking about video games for a while. We were talking about racing games because he was playing Gran Turismo. And we are going over like the old ones like Burnout and A Need for Speed. And he was telling me which ones he used to like to play and which ones he thought were the best ones. I was cool bonding with Terrence Ross. Oh, Raptors freak is, of course, he's going to hang out with great legend Raptors when he gets the opportunity. And man, he says he's going to be on there a lot more. So I may be doing Terrence Ross Twitch watch and kind of hanging out with our Raptors legend now that he's retired. And he reads every comment. That's the fun thing. Is if you write stuff in there, he will read it. And the other thing about Terrence that's funny is that he wants a swear jar because he can't stop saying the F word. And he's like, man, I got to stop saying the F word so much on here. I'm trying not to. And I told him, get a swear jar. And every time you say the F word, $5 in it and give the money to charity. He's like, okay. So yeah, he's trying not to cuss on his stream also. It's kind of like him and I have the same struggle. But yeah, expect more fun stories about me interacting with Terrence Ross on Twitch in the future because the dude has a rapport and he's awesome, man. I love Terrence. He's so cool, man. I find out more and more about him from just hanging out with him and sitting in there talking to him. Fiercely saying, good incentive by Darko. I approve. Any competitive environment, you need purpose and intention as long as it's healthy and fair play. Exactly. Exactly. Give these guys goals and things to go and get and achieve and boom, you'll see great things happen. You really will. The chain, the competitions that Dennis and Garrett and Malachi are doing after the game, that's good stuff too because they're literally betting money. They're putting their money on the court and shooting competitions at the end of practice. This kind of stuff is good for garnering energy, competitive energy, and spirit. That's good for our team. Cool Cat saying Coach Darko trying to appeal to the younger players to play hard with the dinner stakes is a good strategy. Yeah, I think it's smart. When I heard about it yesterday, I was like, this is really, really smart. And apparently they did something like what we did on Sunday. They did their 20 game analysis of all the stats and went over it with the whole team and the coaching staff, really talking about a lot of that and how the first 20 games of the season have gone with the players yesterday in practice. So they had a really good practice yesterday, it seems like. We also got news about Koloko yesterday. Apparently, Koloko has been working out and taking shots. And I thought when he said he's taking shots, he's like taking shots to get better. But no, he meant he's on the court taking shots. But yeah, at least we are hearing some sort of progress about Christian Koloko, that he is working with the coaches and taking shots, but he is not practicing still. And there is still no timetable for his return, but at least a little bit of something that he's actually shooting with people. Fiercely saying alley-oop to Commissioner Trevor J for his birthday. Yeah, I like that. And daily quotes. Thank you. Yeah, Commissioner J, you're getting a birthday dunk alley-oop from Fiercey. There you go. I like that. There you go. Happy birthday. All right, let's see what else. Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne Strainer. Pacers advancing in the IST, having talent show up consistently, making their shots guarantees wins. Glad for them. Happy birthday to Trevor. Trey Pascal, idiotic verbiage. Yeah, we're very anti-Trey Siakam because honestly, Siakam is a badass and he's a Raptor and we want him here. Thank you, Wayne, for the comment. I like everything you're saying here. Cool Cat saying when it comes to our NBA champion players, we have to handle the issue with respect, folks. That's right. And Cool Cat saying Terrence Ross managed his finances well, so he remains a wealthy individual. He's got 96 million in earnings from his NBA career. And he said, he's like, I don't care about like buying really expensive cars. He's probably got a very modest house and he's really only buying things that he feels like he just wants, but he's not buying super expensive things. And he's going to manage his wealth very intelligently, is what it sounds like. So, yeah, do your thing, Terrence. You're a huge success. And everybody's saying, like, yeah, well, you're retired now. I knew he would. Remember, I called it. I called it like a month before he did actually officially retire. When he wasn't on a team and I saw him on Twitch, I was like, man, this man's not going to want to play anymore. He's got everything he wants. He can just stay home, live with his family, coach his son's flag football team, and just have a really nice life. And that's what he's doing. Exactly what I just said. He is coaching his son's flag football team. Let's see. Fiercely saying Terrence Ross would get along with Callie. Laugh out loud. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He is so cool. Seriously. And once again, it's weird to me to have a direct dialogue with Raptors because of Twitch in the Twitch stream. Seriously, if I have ideas and type to him, he's like listening to me, and we're actually having a full-on conversation back and forth, like him and I. It's crazy. Chris doesn't read the comments. Chris Boucher, when he does Twitch, he does not read the comments or talk or interact with anybody in there. He's just in there. You can watch him. But Scotty and Terrence Ross, they will interact with you if you're in their Twitch stream. Scotty will too. Yeah. Let's see. Infamous is saying, I liked T Ross, but let's be honest, his work ethic was questioned as a Raptor. The rumor was he would rather play video games than play basketball, so I'm not surprised about retirement. Yeah, well, that's exactly true. I mean, listen, everybody's different with their will to desire to push harder and work harder. I'm telling you, when you get that bag, it really dulls your sharp edge. And that's why when you find somebody like Siakam who gets a huge bag and has the same crazy, incredible work ethic and drive and practice, that's why you should extra value them. In some ways, Terrence went softer because of huge money in his life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's human nature. And like, look, he put in a lot of work to get there and get to that level. And it's his right to make his own life decisions. So yeah, honestly, he always played so well for us during his period of time. But in more recent years, in playing in the NBA for Orlando and Phoenix, I would have questioned his work ethic there, but not when he played for us. He was too young and he hadn't made all that money yet. And he was working, he was busting his ass. He did so many good things for us when he was playing. He really was a great Raptor. Let's see. Wayne Strainer is saying Raptor Freaks is the only Raptors related content that's worth watching. Raptors Digest is just a mess with updates of nonsense and every idiotic trade involving our best player for basically nothing. I wish that were more spaces that would go like me, like Chev and I. But you know what? It is what it is. And in some ways, look, I'll hedge this corner of the market as far as really diehard positive Raptors fans that really want to root for Toronto. And they're sick of all the toxic noise and all the bullshit. It is what it is. And I'm happy to provide this outlet because honestly, I feel like it is more necessary than ever. And as things get more weird and cloudy and whatever with our team in different ways, maybe successful and really awesome, I want to be there for it no matter what, the ups and the downs. Ben saying, I'll give you an offer you can't refuse. Trade Pascal for offensive shooting guard or lose him for nothing. It would allow Scotty to take over the team, and we need shooting, no? All right, I get your line of thinking, and we're not really with the Pensera line of thought. We think that he's full of shit and he's a piece of crap. And we actually call him he who shall not be named here. And that's very Pensera of what you're thinking and saying right there. We're not going to lose him for nothing. Watch. I think that what was said earlier by one of the great regulars here, that we're going to, it's better for us to sign him in the offseason and trade him next year on a full contract if we are going to trade him at all, which I don't think we should. Because honestly, Ben Corleone, I'm going to tell you this right now. Scotty wants Pascal to stand next to him in a Raptors uniform. He's not trying to get him traded out of here. So anybody who's trying to trade him out of here to help Scotty would tell you, no, don't do that. I love playing with with Pascal. And y'all trying to get him traded out of here is not what my wish is. So if you're trying to do this to help Scotty or for Scotty, he would tell you stop because he wants to play with Siakam. He does. He's told us that personally. And he also says things like he's my favorite player in the whole league. And you can tell that there's a real genuine friendship and like connection between him. This is the thing. You want the Raptors to be worse when you say Siakam should leave, because honestly, we need as many top premium players as possible. And he's not in the way of Scotty. Scotty can run this team with Siakam next to him better because Siakam will make the shots and he'll improve his assist totals. So if I could turn that around on you real quick and tell you right now, Scotty endorses having Siakam on this team for the future, and that anybody's trying to help Scotty by trading Siakam out, you're not, because Scotty would tell you he wants him here. So that's what I'll say right now. We need shooting, but we can develop shooting in other areas from other people in other ways. I'm a big proponent, Corleone, to do this. We need to trade secondary players. We don't trade anybody out of our starting lineup. We keep OG, we keep Pascal. We obviously keep Dennis and Jakob. And we can trade anybody else from the bench, anybody else. And we make a move in the small scale. We're not trying to get Zach LaVine. We're not trying to get a superstar or a starter. We're just trying to fix our bench. So we could trade some of the shitty bench players for better bench players. Our team will improve, and that's all we need to do. We don't need a big home run move trading big time players for like Zach LaVine. Fuck Zach LaVine. He's a loser. He misses too much, and his defense sucks, and he's overpaid. So, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want Zach LaVine. And I'm honestly not that interested in packages from the Kings or the Hawks either. Infamous is saying, happy birthday to Trevor. I like that. Kareem Thomas is saying, Terrence Ross is another casualty of the Kardashian curse. Laugh out loud. Happy Earth Strong, Trevor. He's not really a Kardashian, though. He never dated a Kardashian. He dated Amber Rose. He never dated any of the Kardashians. I don't think so, Kareem. Yeah, I think you're getting Amber Rose confused into that whole thing, because I don't remember him dating any Kardashians. I don't think Terrence did. Jimmy's saying, man, I love racing. I got this expensive setup shipped in from Cali, but it's so worth it. You love racing? That's awesome. Cool, Jimmy. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying something that you really, really like. I think that's awesome. MSJ saying, I think the Giants of Africa is going to be a huge impact on the NBA in a good way and excited for the years to come. And T. Ross was always a smart dude, made a great move on the 6-man role. Yeah, I like everything you're saying here, Chris. Yeah, I think Giants of Africa, more and more in the future, we're going to see more stars coming from that continent. And that's great. That's exactly why Masai is doing what he's doing. In fact, we're going to do the comment questions very soon. I know I'm going way late, but I don't think you guys can research my questions today. I don't think you can. Let's see. Kareem saying, I don't understand how Chet is Rookie Player of the Month when Wemby clears him in all statistical categories. Make it make sense. I'm just assuming it's because he's not born in the U.S. Okay, I'll make it make sense. It's because Oklahoma City's winning and San Antonio isn't. That's why. They give a discount to Wemby's stats, partly because of their very bad record. And, if they're close and Chet's team is actually winning and doing more winning stuff, that's why they're going with Chet. So it's that. We can't get into it. It's like, oh, is it U.S. or foreign? That may be a little bit of it, but it's probably more the record of the Spurs is the reason why that makes sense. Monique is saying, go grab Jack Armstrong Christmas sweater if you can. Jack Armstrong, hello, Jack, selling Christmas sweaters. I guess for charity, probably. He did a Christmas album last year. Well, he's doing Christmas sweaters this year. And just a note, on Christmas, my special thing that I do is I make a special parody Christmas song about the Raptors. So expect that for Christmas morning on my stream. It's a very short stream. I'll just come on and perform the song and go away and spend Christmas with my family. But yes, this year there will be another Christmas song. First one was the 12 Days of Christmas for Masai. And then the second one was Oh Gee, Let's Go Man that we sang last year. Oh Gee, Let's Go Man. Yeah, you know what I'm doing. So yeah, there's going to be another Christmas parody for Christmas morning, 9:30 a.m. Be ready for that. I'm going to get that ready for you guys. I have the idea. I know what I'm doing. I just have to write it out. And I'll write it out in the next couple weeks and I'll have it ready to perform for you. So yeah, there'll be some singing by me on Christmas, just like Jack. Yeah. Carlos saying the problem is getting pieces from shooting is you are moving away from defense. Ideally, you want two-way guys. I'd rather keep Pascal than become the next Indiana. Boom goes the dynamite. Carlo with very, very intelligent take right here. Exactly. Our team is necessary to be a two-way player. And we're not interested in any name, especially high priced names like Levine that aren't two-way. They just don't fit with our culture and what we're doing here. So that's why I'd rather switch some people out from the bench and get a better, like a secondary or a bench shooter that's kind of got some defensive chops at the same time. Let's see. MSJ saying at Wayne, this channel is the best. Many others are just too hyper to deal with anymore for me. And now gardening, I love it. Seriously, our team is in the growth stage, not an endless trade phase. Yeah, there's no ends to what these other people want. There's nothing good enough. They're always looking for what we are deficient in. It's always like this and this and this and this. They can't just fucking accept the Raptors for being the Raptors and just enjoy being a fan. It's like in some ways, it's like, what the fuck? You think this is like a drive-through at McDonald's and you order it your way? No pickles on my cheeseburger, please. Fuck you. You're not fucking ordering like that with the Raptors. It's not order it up your way. It's let Masai and Bobby run this team. They do a very good job and fucking just enjoy being a fan and having an NBA team. Once again, everybody who's so hyper about winning, hyper about trades, hyper about everything happening so quick, y'all don't understand how long it takes to win an NBA championship. Y'all were spoiled by 2019, and you really aren't realistic fans. And I wish y'all would just shut the fuck up because a lot of y'all are uneducated and your opinions don't fucking help anything. It's just a bunch of stupid noise that doesn't help anything. So anybody who thinks they're helping by saying, no, I'm motivated because I want them to win. Well, you don't fucking make the schedule about how they go about that. And we allow the team to do what they're supposed to do. You meddle with it too much. You become a team that doesn't do jack shit for a long, long time because the fans are always upset. I don't want this Leaf culture where you want to kick the GM every couple of years out because you're not happy with what he's doing. That's why the Leafs ain't getting to get anywhere because y'all kick him out before they actually get their plan installed. Thank God Masai Ujiri has been running this team for 10 years, and the winning percentage and the winning that the Raptors have done shows that he is extremely successful as an executive in the NBA. And you guys don't have the right long-term or overall perspective of the whole thing. You idiots that think they're not doing a good job. I'm so sick of it. I see it everywhere. And I'm like, you guys don't know basketball if you do not understand how incredibly successful Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster are. You really don't. You can go fucking talk to a Knicks fan who was here in the last couple of days, and you can find out exactly how a team can be languishing for 50 years and not get any fucking where. You guys don't have any kind of idea of perspective. You microwave culture motherfuckers. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate the kind words, Chris. And yeah, gardening. It'll be an area we go get into more a little bit. Yeah, Cool Cat saying, Lex, your brand of broadcast show is what we need. Stick to your brand, please. I can't take too much crap from this our fan base. There you go. Well, if I'm an oasis in a desert of negativity, I will be that oasis. I will feed you the water of positivity and happiness and being okay with respecting our team and just wanting to watch them and be a positive fan. I appreciate you so much, Cool Cat, and I appreciate that. Let's see. Blackhawk saying, Lex, you need an occasional spaces or Discord session. This will accommodate the people that can't make it to the meet and greet. Yeah. I mean, I would possibly do this. Like, I wish I understood Twitter a little bit better. In some ways, I hate that Elon owns it. I don't really want to do stuff there. I don't know. I want to figure this out. In some ways, I see that Zazu and Shev there was a little bit of and Shev there's a little bit of a going on Twitter right now. I see that. As always, I say I stand with Shev because I know he's a positive Raptors fan, and a lot of the things he stands for, I stand for also. So whatever's going on there, I blindly will stand with Shev because I know that dude's good and his heart is in the right place. But yeah, there's a lot of idiots out there saying a lot of shit. And I don't know, Neil, I would take suggestions on how to do this or go about doing this. In some ways, I'm putting so much time into doing this channel and this morning stuff that it's harder for me to do stuff later in the night when people might be doing spaces. But I do still want to maybe get in there with Shev or Zazu and interact with everybody and kind of see what that ecosystem is like there. I know it's toxic, and I know there's a lot of out-of-pocket stupid shit being said there. And it might be very interesting to hear me in that environment. Would respond to these people right in the moment? It'd be very interesting. It might be very entertaining, honestly. Carlos saying, I'd rather figure out our offense with our current core than getting shooters that don't defend. Yes. You want to fix one problem and then you cause another whole problem because you don't get the right person. And you don't want to do that. In some ways, we want to keep our strength intact, which is very, very good defensive team. Very, very, very good defensive team for sure. Let's keep going. All right, I do want to get to the blah 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 soon. Blackhawk saying, "Come on, Cool Cat. We know you go toe to toe with the negative ones. Cool Cat is a warrior in those spaces. I'm sure. Cool Cat is doing a good job. Cool Cat passionately cares about defending the Raptors." And I'm sure Cool Cat is in there very much giving a very intelligent argument to idiots that have stupid ass opinions. I'm sure that's exactly what's going on in there. Pascal, OG, Scotty is a chip trio. They each like and support each other. That's important for chemistry. Pascal is the only one left that played in our chip run. That's right. We need to value him. And Carleone, I'm sorry. That's an offer I can refuse because I understand the respect and the importance of the legacy of our 2019 championship, having a physical player that played on that team still on our team. So I'm really against trading Siakam for very much a big reason why Cool Cat just said right there is that he's the linkage to our 2019 championship. And we get rid of him. There's nobody on our team that has anything to do with that team from back then. Meanwhile, Golden State can just cruise around for a decade plus with their championship core, and it's no big deal. Why do we have to destroy ours is what I would say. We already did, so why can't we have just at least the last guy still hang around? Because I'd like that. Kareem saying Blackhawk is the king of positivity and is always fighting the good fight. No look alley-oop to him. All right, I like that. Scotty Barnes, no look alley-oop to Blackhawk from Kareem because Blackhawk is in there fighting the good fight. I appreciate you, Neil, for that. And like Neil, listen, he's come to meet and greet before. He came that one time, and he didn't miss the last one. But I'm sure when we get the next one, hopefully you guys can link up and Kareem can meet Neil. That would be awesome. Most saying, I get it. People love Twitch, but the way T. Ross uses it, there's more to life, etc. I tell my brother that's all the time. It's just me. You're talking about you're talking about how people love Twitch. She was telling me yesterday, okay, Lex, just enjoy hanging out with T. Ross in there. He could be in there for hours. I was like, I know, Monique, he's retired. He could be in there for hours. I know. Well, I can watch him while I'm working, and that's usually kind of what I do when I was doing Scotty Barnes Twitch Watch. It's really just to have a connection and talk to these guys and kind of pick their brain. And it's good for this content for this channel too, to say, oh, I hung out with Terrence Ross yesterday for 2 hours and we just talked. And I mean, that's interesting stuff, talking to him about Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, Underground. He's telling me exactly where he was. He was like, I got into Need for Speed because of Fast and the Furious movies, but there was only really one good Need for Speed game, and it was Need for Speed Underground. And it was interesting. It's just interesting to hear him talk. Now, in some ways, Terrence Ross is a big kid for sure. He's in his 30s, but he is, he's a big kid. And in some ways, it's just how it is. I mean, there's more to life. Okay. There's more to life than basketball. There's more than life than Twitch and video games. There's his family. And there's, there's other things that I'm sure he's involved in and stuff like that. But I would never get on him for enjoying like being on Twitch with the public. That's awesome. He doesn't have to allow that kind of openness to people that have access to him. And in some ways, he could just play the video games by himself at home. But in some ways, he likes the connection and the interacting with the fans. And it was awesome because a lot of people were coming in there and just giving him praise and giving him a lot of flowers after his retirement. They're saying, congratulations on your retirement, Terrence. And he's like, thank you. I appreciate it. And he's very, very modest and very humble and very kind, honestly. Let's see. Kareem saying, my bad, Lex. I'm mistaken. It was Amber Rose. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember him being with a Kardashian exactly. I mean, she is pretty Kardashian like Amber Rose. So I could see where you would get confused on that. But I was like, man, I get it. I mean, that Kardashian thing that they talk about, it's real in some ways. I know it is. Devin Booker. Blackhawk saying, I try, Kareem. It's a good for the gut. There you go. Listen, I applaud anybody who wants to stand up for the honor of the Raptors in the negative face of overwhelming, crazy, stupid shit. And Blackhawk, you got my respect for sure, man. MSJ saying, Kareem Thomas also, the mistake is that Chet is better a player. Laugh out loud. Haha. Sorry, man. See, he's a Chet camp guy. I'll agree with that award right now. I don't think the Spurs have done well enough for Wemby to be the top rookie right now. And it's close between him and Chet. So Oklahoma City doing better as a team is kind of tipping it over to Holmgren right now. And I'm not upset about that. I'm a Wemby guy, and I don't like Holmgren, but I think it's fair. I think it's fair that Chet's on top right now. I do think it's fair. Let's see. Wayne saying, listening to a sports doctor, Dan Lieberman, stated that running on the beach is wrong and wrong footwear causes foot problem. Might explain Gary's issues after all that running in Florida. It takes a while to heal. I really hope it has nothing to do with that. I know Carlos said that it's not that. You can run on the sand and it's actually really good for your arches. But I don't know. In some ways, who knows? Either way, we want Gary to heal and play better and get a successful year together so that he gets a good contract. Carlos saying, to be fair, though, Chet had 1 year of the NBA conditioning and training ahead of Wemby, but we are spoiled seeing two rookies like Wemby and Chet against each other. I wonder if they calculated this. I know that Wemby actually did Chet actually did get hurt in that Pro-Am and that he had to lose his first rookie season. But this is a very good point by Carlo that he's been involved with the Oklahoma City Thunder this whole year. And it's not like he didn't do anything with them. He was getting the NBA level of help, even though he was hurt the whole entire last year. So in some ways, that's part of why he's ahead of Wembanyama, is because he's had actually 1 year in the NBA, even though he's hurt, is around the NBA team and what all their resources. And that is a difference right there. Infamous saying, I didn't want Pascal traded. However, the Pelicans have some nice pieces that I would like. Ingram and Murphy. Yeah, they have some deep stuff. And yeah, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, Alvarado. There's a lot of interesting things going on with that team. Alvarado's a great backup point guard. That's a backup point guard right there, Jose Alvarado. MSJ saying at Kareem Thomas, I watched the OKC versus Dallas game, and at the end, Chet went wild on blocks, made great outlets, and scored. The impacts on winning, people see that, and when you win, you're better. Yeah, he's gonna be a Chet stan, and I'll allow it because he's being successful right now. Let's see. Kareem saying, I hate this second year rookie shit. Everything is brand new for players who entered this year. Just because Chet doesn't do yoga and Pilates like Wemby and is super fragile, that ain't Wemby's problem. At MSJ, Wemby still has more blocks. I'm glad that Kareem's with me and he's on Team Wemby. But right now, we can't be tooting our horn because Chet is winning. We have to be fair on this, Kareem. The Chet is winning the Rookie of the Year race as of right now, but there's a lot of time to go still. Carlos saying when every team adapts Indiana's style of just shooting threes, it'll be the day when the NBA dies. I want the Raptors to adapt a different way of winning basketball. I'm with this, and I think that's what we're doing exactly, Carlo. When the whole NBA is going threes and offense, well, that's why we confuse them because we just build a defensive team and we go against the trend of the league. This is why so many people are like, what are the Raptors doing? What are they doing? They're not conforming to what we think the NBA should be. Fuck that. We know that the people that kind of go against the grain can be the most successful sometimes. So that's why I'm all about looking like the Detroit Pistons with Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups over the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry and all that. I'm all about winning with defense in a league that's going away from defense because in some ways that's a really tough thing to do is to try and go against the trend and still be successful. But I think we can. And in some ways you'll find more success quicker going against the grain than trying to be like everybody else and doing the same thing. I think that just makes sense. Kareem saying Oklahoma City does have the better team, but what do you expect when you're in the lottery for the last decade? Anyway, enough sidebar chat. Let's go Raps. Yeah, I'll stand with you on this argument, Kareem. I really am Spurs and Wemby side, but there's some truth to this too. San Antonio's a little bit more in their dip still, and Oklahoma City's kind of on the way up out of their dip, and they're at different places. Let's see. MSJ saying at Kareem. I know, but it's very hard for me to say the better player is the losing one. Sorry, one versus one, Wemby versus Chet. I would also take Chet, but no more. Lex is going to be annoyed with me. I don't care. I'm not annoyed with you. You're just saying your truth, and I don't disagree with it. I think it's about right. Fiercely saying I'm too intense and can go off, so I refrain from participating in these spaces. Fiercely's her name. And like she go in there and be fierce with them. And in some ways, we don't need Sasha Fiercey Salsera in there going off on them because it may be there may be a lot of damage to people. Kareem saying a reason why I would love Lex to come onto Spaces and Discord or even PSF is because he actually has some logic, and most of these casuals act like children. Yeah, if I can go in there and actually educate and kind of argue dumb points with like facts and like good evidence, then maybe we can get some ground on educating these people into being a little bit more right with what they're doing. That would be the main reason why I want to come in there, Kareem. That would be the main reason right there. Blackhawk saying I can come to meet and greets that are on Saturday or Sunday during the afternoon. All right, we're gonna figure that out, Neil. I'm gonna figure that out. We're not gonna do one before the end of this year, but we'll probably do one in the spring at some point, and I'll try and make it work so that you can be there, man. Let's see. Amit saying someone died at the Kings Pelican games last night. Yeah, that's what I heard. A fan collapsed and they tried to resuscitate them and they passed away in the arena. I think it didn't even happen during the game. I think it happened early before the game started. That's really sad. And like these things happen. Like it's sad when people die at games. Sometimes you hear about crazy stories where people fall from like the second floor of like a baseball stadium to the ground. That's awful. That's very tragic and crazy. Really crazy. Carlos saying if you run barefoot, it's good for conditioning, but yeah, wrong footwear is probably not ideal. Yeah. Okay. So Carlo does know about this, and he's saying that if he was wearing the wrong shoes, I don't know. Either way, I was a little suspicious when I saw him running on the beach so much in that one clip. And I'm like, man, I don't like running on the beach sand like that. Is that really good for him or not? I don't know. Neil saying, I agree, Kareem. We need more people to push back against the outrageous takes. I'll come in there and I'll try and help. Seriously, I do mean this. I really should. Wayne saying it's not the running per se, freaks. It's the footwear. Attention has to be paid to the correct footwear. It causes all sorts of problems. Just saying. I can see that. And Cool Cat saying, Lex, you still have not added the give thanks to your YouTube channel. I don't know where it is. And to be honest, Tom's taking a vacation from the channel, if you haven't noticed. And in some ways, he would be like kind of the person who would kind of look through the channel stuff and get that activated. I maybe try and go look at it for it today. But in some ways, all that technical stuff, like the emotes that he puts in, and like a lot of the stuff that happens on this channel, I don't even know how to do it. Tom's been doing it. So I'll have to see if I can figure it out. All right, let's do the trivia. We got 27 people in here. The way we do this is each question is worth 50 points. The first person that writes in the answer to my questions in the chat will get the 50 points for the question. There's 18 questions today, and the subject is Giants of Africa. So let's go with the trivia, guys. All right, here we go. First question is, who is the other Cameroonian? Now, recently, Siakam did a clip, an interview just like Scotty did with what the guy with the dreads and the guy who gave the paint by numbers picture of Cardi to Scotty. There's an interview that came out recently with him from TSN where the guy asked him, "What are your starting five for Africa all time?" And this is the question: who is the other Cameroonian other than Joel Embiid that Siakam put in his All Africa starting five? Who was the other Cameroonian? Embiid was on that list, yeah, but that's not the answer. Akeem Olajuwon was on that list also, but he was not the other Cameroonian. Koloko was not on the list. It's not Olajuwon. This is tough. This is a tough one. If you watch the clip, you'll see who it is. It's the last person he adds to the five. He said himself, Akeem Olajuwon, Joel Embiid, Dikembe Mutombo, and then that one other Cool Cat got it. Yeah, Luke Maba Mabute. I know I said that wrong, but Cool Cat got it. That is who he said. That was the fifth person that he said in that All Africa lineup that he wanted. Yeah. Cool Cat getting the points. Luke, I messed up his last name. Luke MM. All right, the next question. Good job. Yeah, Luke. That's who it is. Monique, you want points? You got points too. Monique's getting points for that one too. All right, next question. What WWE superstar was at Giants of Africa Gala last season? What WWE superstar was present at the Giants of Africa Gala last season for the one last year? Not this year, last year. You'd remember who from the WWE, the wrestler that was at Giants of Africa last year? In fact, it was apropos that he was there because he is a Giant of Africa. So yeah, it made total sense that he would be at Giants of Africa when he's bigger than all the Raptors. He's definitely a Giant of Africa. So who is it? Do you guys know? I'm giving you clues there. That African winner. There we go. Fiercely got it. It's Omos. Omos was at Giants of Africa last year, guys. Yeah, Omos is like 7'3" or something like that. It's crazy. Ric Flair. Woo! Yeah, baby. Woo! Yeah, I got my hotel key and I'll give it to all you 22 to 32-year-olds. Don't bring your husbands or boyfriends. Come to my hotel room. Woo! Canceled. Woo! Woo! No, it was almost. All right, next question. What NBA great from Congo was a multiple defensive player of the year and a trailblazer in the NBA from the continent of Africa? What NBA great was from Congo and was a multiple defensive player of the year? Biombo is wrong. Serge Ibaka is wrong. And it was a trailblazer for the NBA and as a player out of Africa. He wasn't playing for Portland, is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he came into the league and was one of the earliest African players that made a big deal. And was that Mutombo is the right answer. Wayne Strainer getting that one today. Wayne Strainer getting Dikembe Mutombo is the person I'm talking about. He was a multiple defensive player of the year, and he was a trailblazer for the continent of Africa at his time, much like Olajuwon. Olajuwon was also one of the earliest guys too. There you go. Does spelling count today? No. If it's mostly if you know how. Yeah, he's from Congo. In fact, Mutombo was in a gold smuggling scandal out of Congo for a little while and something. Yeah, The Air Up There. That's a good movie. All right, let's keep going. Who was the halftime artist at the Giants of Africa game last Friday? This is a question that was on the stream in the last couple of days. And if you know the answer, it should be pretty easy. You can put it in there real quick. Monique, you were at the game. You should know who that halftime artist was on Friday at the Giants of Africa game against the New York Knicks Friday night. Who was the halftime artist? He's from Brampton. and he is also from Africa originally. That is not the answer. That is somebody who performed at the gala on Sunday night, other than Boys to Men, I believe. Cool Cat. And I'm talking about who played in the halftime at the game on Friday. You were at the game too, weren't you? On Friday night. SC Mensa? No, no, no. I said this on the stream a couple days ago after that when we did the reaction to the Friday night game. I was talking about he played at halftime. This kid, he grew up in Brampton, but he was actually from somewhere in Africa. I forget which country. I think they said Nigeria. I think he was from Nigeria, but he grew up in Brampton. Not Drake's cousin. I'm not even sure who that is. I don't know how to give you a clue on this. It's like just who's going to remember who was there. You know, your answer, Cool Cat, is very close to the right answer. It's maybe like 2 letters off. Boys to Men was on Sunday night at the gala. I'm talking about who played at halftime. Yeah. Oh, you left to charge your phone during halftime, so you didn't see. Your spelling is off. You're close. You just need to change. You have one too many letters, and you need to change the M. That's not right. That's not who. That's not how you spell that name. That's who played. They played at the gala. To me. They played at the gala on Sunday. Y'all are getting 2 people confused. Yeah, that's not right. It's not to me. There's all the letters are right except for that M. The M is wrong. The M is wrong. Nobody knows him. Yeah, not a lot of people do know this person. This is tough trivia. Some of these questions are gonna be really easy, and some of them be really hard. David, it's not how you spell it. It's close. Good to see trivia champion number 2, David Saborin, in here, putting a guess in. You guys are close. You're so close. Switch that O with the U and change the letter in the middle. Tui? No, it's not Tui. It's not Tui. That U is wrong. It's not the right letter. You guys are so close. So close. I don't even know how to give you the clue to make this right because you guys are so freaking close. It's not to me. It's an English name. It's a name that you could say in English and you'd be like, "Oh, that's a name." Davido. I like that. Davido. That's right. Davido. Tom? No, it's not Tom. Let's see. I could give y'all a clue. All right. What is that movie Roots with LeVar Burton? And what are they telling him his name is? You know, the screen had the wrong spelling then, Lex. No, that's not how you spell it. I know because I seen his videos because I watched them during the week and I know how to spell his name. No, you guys are talking about the band that was playing on Sunday night that played before Boys to Men. That Toby, that's who I'm looking for. Kareem got it. It's Toby, y'all. It's Toby. That's right. Your name is Toby. No, it's not. It's not. So you know the reference I'm making right there. But no, his Toby, Tobi, Toby. Toby is the name, is what I was looking for. Toby from Brampton. He was the halftime guy. Toby. Yeah, Kareem's doing the line from Roots. Yeah. What is the name of the halftime performer on Giants of Africa game from Friday? Yeah. It meant the screen. I was looking at the typo. Oh, okay. Well, that's who it was. And I think he spells it with an I. Tobi. Toby. Yeah. We got it. It's good. All right. Next question. What current NBA announcer for an NBA team? He's like a color guy. Was from Egypt and played in the NBA. There's a guy who played from Egypt that played in the NBA, and now he's an announcer for one of the teams in the league. He's a color commentator. Swirsky, he's from Egypt. You think Chuck Swirsky's from Egypt? No, that's not right. This may be a hard one. What player played in Egypt that played in the NBA, and now he's actually doing the announcing? That's kind of right, but you need to spell it right. There you go. David got it. Right. Allah Abdelnaby, who actually is the announcer for the Sixers. He's the color guy for the Sixers. So yeah, it's Allah Abdelnaby. That's the right answer. No, I started early guessing your questions why I typed Swirsky. It's all good. It's all good. It's kind of funny sometimes when the answers come in and they don't totally make sense. All right, David Saborin getting points today. All right, next question. What Grammy and Juno award-winning singer was at the Giants of Africa Gala in 2021? What Juno and Grammy award-winning singer was at the Giants of Africa Gala in 2021? Yeah, these are some of these are really hard and some of them are really easy. Thames, um, I think she was there, but that's not who I'm looking for. That's not who I'm looking for. Attempts might have been around for that one, and that it may be right, but I'm looking for a specific person. They're a Canadian artist, and they're not necessarily from Africa. Let's just put it that way. Deborah Cox, that she was actually, I believe, at the one this weekend. She was actually at the one this weekend, and she's been in ones before. That's a good guess, but that's not who I'm looking for this answer. Kayla Gray, she sings. Kayla's the interviewer. David, yeah. I don't even know how to say this girl's last name. Jelly Black. Jelly Black's a good guess, but that's not who I'm looking for either. I know this is a weird question. I'm like, when I was looking through old events, I was like, who is at this event? I don't even think she performed. This person, I think she was just at the Giants of Africa to support it, or just came as a artist. She is Canadian. And I don't even think she has any connection to Africa. She's just somebody who came to be there. Uh, can I repeat the question? Sure. What Grammy and Juno award-winning singer from Canada was at the Giants of Africa Gala in 2021? Yeah, Marcy Ian's a politician. Tamia is not right. Alicia Cara, that's a good guess. That's maybe getting closer to what I'm looking for. Jelly Black is not right, guys. It's not Jelly Black. That was more recently. I think Jelly Black was last year that she sang the anthem. I remember because she changed it. Angelique Kidju? No, no. This is somebody who's very Juno Awards kind of. She would be on Juno Awards all the time, and I think she's married to the lead singer of a band that's Canadian also. Yeah, it's tough. These are tough questions. I was testing these on Steve last night, and some of them he got real easy, and I'm like, man, maybe some of these are too hard. And this is one of the ones I think that may be too hard because Nelly Furtado is very close. Like it's somebody like Nelly Furtado. That's a good guess. That's a good guess, but it's not Nelly. There we go. David got it. I don't even know how to say her last name. Chantel Kreviasic or something like that. I think that's her name. Yeah, that's who I was looking for. She was at the Giants of Africa Gala 2 years ago. So, yeah. All right, next question. What former Toronto Raptor and also a former Florida State Seminole is from Nigeria? What former Toronto Raptor, also a former Florida State Seminole, played for the Raptors, played for Florida State, is from Nigeria? Yeah, you've never heard of Chantel? I haven't either. She's like one of these Canadian artists that's at Juno stuff all the time. Yeah, she's, I don't know. She's probably on easy listening more than like anywhere else. Solomon Olabi, look at David storming in here, showing his trivia chops. And Solomon Olabi is the right answer. My Florida State guy. I love Solomon. He was that big center. Yeah, that's right. Olabi. Man, Amit, you're just behind. It could be because you're far away. Pops Mensabashu? No, it wasn't Pops. It was Solomon Olabi. That's right. All right, next question. What South African leader is a huge influence and was a mentor of Masai Ujiri's? This is a gimme. This is easy. Cool Cat saying Chantel is great folk singer. I love her. There you go. See, she likes Chantal. Yeah, she was supporting Giants of Africa. KSM's getting on the board. That's an easy question. Nelson Mandela is totally the answer. Of course. Huge influence on Masai Ujiri. Nelson Mandela, KSM getting in there first and getting those ones. All right, next question is interesting. I didn't know this one. What current Cleveland Cavalier was born in Senegal, and he actually plays for the national Senegal team? What current Cleveland Cavalier was born in Senegal and actually plays for the Senegal national team? Okuru? That's a good guess. It's not Okuru. This is one that y'all are going to be shocked when I tell you this. And you'll realize the story after I tell you why. It's very interesting. I didn't realize this. Isaac? No, it's not Jonathan Isaac. It's not C.D. Osman. He's actually on the Spurs at this point. It's very interesting because I didn't make this connection. Georges Niang is the right answer. Fiercey got it. It is Georges Niang. Georges Niang is the son of an ambassador, and his father was in Senegal when Georges was born. And he actually uses that born in Senegal to play for the Senegal team, and he was on Senegal at FIBA. So yeah, he is actually the guy. Georges Niang is Senegal. Yeah, you didn't know that, Ahmed. I was like, holy crap, he's from Senegal. Yeah, I didn't. When I saw that yesterday, I was like, holy crap, that's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, next question. Who directed the 2016 documentary Giants of Africa? Who directed the actual documentary on Masai and Giants of Africa that came out in 2016? What is the name of the Canadian director that made it? Yeah. Yeah, Georges Niang is from Senegal. I didn't know that. I really didn't until I did the research. Hubert Davis is the name. It's like that's the name of a former New York Knick, Hubert Davis, but that is actually Canadian filmmaker Hubert Davis, not Hubert Davis, the basketball player who played for, I think he played for Duke. I think he did. Fiercey's in there first. There you go. Hubert Davis is the right answer. All right, let's keep going. Ahmed's rusty. I know it's hard. I mean, it's hard not to get rusty with being on the shelf for so long with the trivia. I mean, the last time we played, what, it was Drake's birthday or overtime or something. Yeah, I mean, these games are going to come like maybe once a month as the season's going on and these kind of things. All right, let's see. Question 11. What African nation earned an Olympic spot at FIBA? What African nation earned an Olympic spot at FIBA this summer? You guys should know this. If you were paying attention to FIBA with me, you would know this answer. Senegal is not right. Ghana is not right. Let's see. Ivory Coast. Nope, that wasn't who it was. They were there, but they didn't get it. Senegal is not right, Cool Cat. You guys got to understand, which team was it that won an Olympic? There you go. David knows. South Sudan is the right answer. Is Luol Deng and South Sudan's program that got that Olympic berth at FIBA. Yeah, South Sudan is the right answer. Fiercey was coming in right after that with it, but David got it. That was good to see the old trivia champion David flexing his muscle today. This is a tough one, so I'm glad he's here. Yeah, South Sudan making history, and hopefully they do very well. They have the qualifiers announced and the brackets for the other Olympic seeds coming up very soon. Very interesting. All right, here we go. What year was the first Giants of Africa camp held? What year did they do the first Giants of Africa, like camp? What was the year they did the first camp ever for Giants of Africa? Yeah, again, some good questions today. It's very different. There you go. Ahmed's got that one. Of course, it's the 20-year anniversary. It's 2003. When I told Steve that the first Giants of Africa camp happened in 2003, he's like, what? How'd that happen? Masai wasn't here. He's like, well, he was doing it before he came to Toronto, man. So it's like, yeah, 20-year anniversary, 2003. First one on the board. Ahmed got some points today. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, we still got 5 more questions, so there's still some more chances. All right, here we go. What African NBA great was one of the tallest NBA players ever in the history of the NBA? What African NBA great was one of the tallest NBA players ever in the history? Now, it's not enough of an answer, Seymour, because there's a couple people with that name. Ahmed got it. That's right. Ahmed got it. It's Manute Bol. You can't say Bol because I'm thinking Bol. So, yeah, you can't say Bol. It's Manute Bol, his father. His father was much taller than Bol. And Ahmed Gaming's got that one. You want Jeopardy music between each question, Neil? Na, 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 na. Yeah, Bol's father, Manute Bol. Manute. Yeah, we love Manute. Manute is an awesome player. We always love his and honor his legacy and his memory. That's right. Bol in a bowl. Bol in a bowl. Not the orange bowl. Surprise. Surprise. All right, next question. In 2019, how many basketball courts did Masai pledge to build in Africa? How many basketball courts did he pledge to build in 2019? He made this declaration and he said, I'm going to build this many basketball courts in Africa in the future. How many was it that he pledged to build? That's right, Blackhawk. You got it, Neil. It is 100. A nice round number. Blackhawk on the board. Love to see it. All the different names getting points today. Lots of different people scoring today. It's good stuff. 100 is the right answer. Yeah. All right. Next question. What former Toronto Raptor and current Phoenix Sun represents for Team Uganda in national competition? What former Raptor and current Phoenix Sun plays for Uganda? on their national team. It's not Yuta. Yuta plays for Japan. We know that. Biombo is not on the Suns anymore. He's on the Grizzlies at this point. Jefferson? No, it's not Jefferson. David's laughing. What current Sun? Ish Wainwright is right. Amit the GOAT got it. It is Ish Wainwright. There you go, Amit. You are picking up some more points. Ish Wainwright plays for Team Uganda, just so you know. Yeah, that's who it is. Ish. He's on the Blazers now? Oh, I thought he was still on the Suns. He could be on the Blazers. Maybe he was in that trade. I may be wrong. I think that I got that wrong. Okay, well, I should have said current Blazer. My apologies. I'm not up to date on Ish Wainwright's whereabouts. Oh, that's crazy. He might have been in that Nurkic deal. He probably was involved in the Nurkic Ayton thing that happened. Yeah. Okay, so he's on the Blazers. All right. That's good. And he was also a football player. That's right. He was. All right, two more questions. What NBA program inspired Masai Ujiri to make Giants of Africa? What NBA program inspired Masai Ujiri to make Giants of Africa? There's another program that he was involved in that made him think, oh, I'm going to do this. No, it's not Denver Nuggets. NBA Cares is a good guess, but that's not the right one. Basketball Without Borders is right. Fiercely getting that one. It's Basketball Without Borders. He was working in Basketball Without Borders, and he decided, I'm going to make a specialty one for Africa, Giants of Africa. And it's a very similar kind of thing that they're doing in some ways. All right, last question for the day. Which African country has produced the most NBA players so far in the history of the NBA? Which one of the countries in Africa has brought the most people into the NBA and have them play? Which country? Which country? Congo is wrong. It's not Congo. Nigeria is right. KSM's getting it. Is Nigeria. Nigeria has had the most NBA players so far. I think it's not as many as you think, too. It's only 30 something. Yeah, it's crazy. When I was researching this, I was figuring, oh, there's going to be so many players that played in the NBA from Africa, but there really isn't. And in some ways, what Masai's doing is could be very fruitful, and we could see a much higher percentage over time. So KSM got in there first before you guys. Seymour and Fiercey, unfortunately. Cool Cat, you're just behind. Yeah, Seymour saying I get dissed so hard on this. I don't know because you're in the future. You're in the you're behind. You're in Central or you're in Mountain Time or something. You're in Central. It's tough, man. Sorry, man. Have a great day, y'all. I apologize, Seymour. I'm sorry, man. It's tough. It's tough to play this trivia, man. You got to be quick. Now, Amit's in Israel, so it's not like he's got an advantage. He really doesn't. Yeah, that was fun. You like that, KSM? Yeah, good job. You got some questions today. Really good stuff. All right, let me see what else I want to talk about today. There are a couple more issues of things. First of all, yeah, the update on Christian. That I talked about that a little bit. Let's do the Instagram check real quick. First of all, Marquise Noel is celebrating FEMA awarding $8.3 million to East Harlem, New York City Housing Authority for upgrades. So there's buildings that Marquise has lived in when he was younger that are going to get an upgrade from the federal government in the United States. Joe Biden and his infrastructure plan coming through for people in Marquise's hometown in New York, helping with upgrades on their buildings there. That's awesome. That's very, very good. Marquise has got Life is Messy, but so is Glitter. The mess is worth it. Hang in there. I don't know if the glitter mess is worth it. I'll say that. Anybody comes near me with any kind of glitter, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I am not having glitter all over my stuff or my body. I am sorry. But Marquise said it gets messy, but it's worth it. Hang in there. Also, he's got a highlight of Jose Alvarado stealing the ball last night from who were they playing? They were playing the Kings, stealing the King. And then he's got Kyrie Irving. Greatness is meant for those who are willing to put in the work every day. So really staying with that small guard fraternity of heart over height with Jose Alvarado and Kyrie Irving on his Instagram stories. Thad Young always got Reform Transportation on blast. If you want to have a birthday party or you have prom or something, get Reform Transportation. They will do up their vehicle and all kinds of crazy party bus, and you can just go have a good time with Reform. I don't think you can hire them here, though. I think this is all in the States. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's Reform. Then we got Raptors 905 had their giveaway event last night that I was talking about. Their Giving Holiday Drive, where they wanted people to come down and bring toys and gifts to give to kids. that are in need this holiday season. It looks like Daryl Morsel, Maker, looks like that's Omari. There's a couple of 905 players in person there, along with Stripes, to greet the fans who are coming in for the toy drive. So good stuff, Raptors 905, being charitable in the holiday season. Pascal's got a new clip, it looks like, and he's also celebrating some guy who got some awards. I'm not even sure who that is. I don't know. But yeah, Pascal's got a new clip. I don't have secrets. I don't have no secret sauce or anything like that. But if I had to say anything, I was just to say, believe in yourself and like yourself. That's the most important thing. And of course, Siakam's putting on blast the McDonald's deal that's out there right now. The Raptors McNuggets 20-pack deal with the spicy sauce that's in his honor for a limited time only in participating Ontario McDonald's locations. You can get a 20-pack of McNuggets with a special spicy barbecue sauce that's special just for Siakam. So it's not a Siakam swirl this year. They're seeing if y'all will buy nuggets in the name of Pascal right now. Yeah. Precious has got his What If Unlimited on blast. You know, he's doing something as a What If Unlimited camp for women, which is really, really awesome. He was interviewed about it at the Giants of Africa Gala the other night. And he's really proud of the work he's doing, specifically with his own thing for women and women in basketball. So you go, Precious. You're awesome. That's very, very good. Dennis Schroeder is let's see what he's got going on his Instagram. He's first of all, he's got a nice picture of him with Ellen at the gala on Sunday. He's saying such an amazing event by Masai, bringing out a YouTube video in a few hours to spread the word. So there you go. Dennis is going to have a Giants of Africa gala event clip on his YouTube channel very soon. Very nice picture of him and Ellen. So sweet. And then he's got a collab that's coming out with That's Tough and Root Atelier. And he's showing his socks off. He's got his cool socks that he wants people to buy. That's Tough socks. Koloko is celebrating an Arizona player because Arizona is number one, I guess, in college basketball right now. So he's celebrating his alma mater being number one. There you go. There's the update. Once again, congratulations to the Indiana Pacers for beating the Boston Celtics last night. I have so much respect for Rick Carlisle, and I appreciate him and his achievements last night with his team. And Tyrese Halliburton, you are the man. And it's so egregious and bad. And it just shows the NBA is really not mining the great talent and attractions of their league by the fact that they had never shown a Tyrese Halliburton game on TNT until last night. That is crazy to me. And that just shows that y'all have a blind spot to the smaller market teams in your league, NBA, and that maybe you should be showing every team in the league because there are very interesting, good players on all the teams. I'm telling you right now. So, yeah, that's a blind spot. And y'all got that. I'm really shocked that New Orleans beat Sacramento last night, with Sacramento having their home court advantage and that crowd so crazy. And really, honestly, like the way the Pelicans did it together with a lot of different guys contributing in big ways is really interesting. So the Pelicans are a very, very tough team. I think about when we played them last year and they blew us out, and they're scary to me. The Pelicans are a scary team is what I'm going to say right now. Yeah. So all kinds of good stuff from last night. I don't know how much more I'm going to go on for now. I'll read the rest of y'all's comments and we'll finish things up. All right, let's see. Cool Cat saying, I just want the Raptors to get first dibs on players from the continent. Blue Jays similar strategy. Yeah, from you mean from Africa or from Canada? Both places. I think we do get kind of a inside pipeline on both. Partly because of proximity here in Canada, and Canadian people probably want to play for a Canada team. And then Masai, once again, if you question why he's worth having as our boss or any kind of thing, people that have problems with him, do you realize that a lot of people may want to come play for him because he's such an ambassador and somebody that's from Africa? That some of these really good players coming from Africa, they may be more likely to gravitate towards playing for our franchise. And that Masai's not here, that may not be true anymore. So there's another reason for us to value Masai, is because in some ways, the pipeline to Africa to get good talent is him. And if he's not here, I don't know if that happens anymore. Let's see. Seymour saying, not your fault, Lex. I'm going to call my service provider. I think this was an issue with some of you guys out west a couple times before, like Shane Waters was having issues with connectivity. Fiercely saying, nice trivia. Thanks, Lex. Yeah, I'll add up the scores And I'll post the totals in the comments after we wrap up so you can see where you guys stand after today's game. Seymour saying, Marquise, 100% do it for the Project Babies. I'm a MTHA baby, Metro Toronto Housing Authority baby. There you go. That's right. He doesn't forget where he's from. And he's very, very happy that his area is getting an influx for updates on those buildings. That is really, really good stuff. In some ways, those kind of places get forgotten about, or they just don't get the proper support from the government, even though other places may be getting crazy support in weird, fucked up ways. In some ways, it's very pertinent to what's happening with us today. They're voting here in Toronto about the stupid spa. And there's so much money is going to be invested in a private spa when they should be investing in public housing instead of a private spa. Yeah, our government has some really fucked up priorities right now in Ontario. And that's why we need to get Doug Ford out immediately, as quickly as possible. Trevor J saying, let's see the Lakers get put out tonight also. Yeah, we're rooting for you, Kevin. We're rooting for you, Snake. We're rooting for you, Frank Vogel and Devin Booker. Yeah, I'd like to see the Suns put the Lakers out tonight too. I'm with you on that. Yeah. Wayne saying, any updates on Mogi? No, I have not heard anything about Mohamedou Gueye. I do know that he's not paralyzed, at least that. He's got feeling and emotion in his whole body. So that's a good sign. So I'm figuring on him. No news is good news. And, in some ways, we don't get the in-depth coverage of the injuries on the 905 level that I'd like. I'd like to know more about what's going on with Daryl Morsell and Ron Harper Jr. and other people. But we don't. We have a hole. There's a need for that. And I don't know if anybody's willing to do that. Maybe the Yahoo Sports guys were kind of covering that hole. But who's going to go cover that? Blake Murphy? Are you going to go cover the 905 a little closer and tell us exactly what's going on with their injuries? Because I don't know how many people care about that. I know we do on this channel. And if we could get more pertinent information about 905 injuries and things that are going on, that'd be great because I could help keep people informed here. Yeah, so there's no news is good news is what I'm going to say on that. Most saying, W stream, Lex, keep at it as always. I'm not a Christian, Trevor. So when do those sayings, I read them, but man, happy birthday. Listen, listen, I don't mind anybody coming in with any faith in here, but it is true. This is a non-denominational channel. And I don't favor any particular religion. In fact, I'm very much just spiritual and like my beliefs myself. And, but yeah, that's fine. Monique, you believe whatever you want to believe. It's totally accepted here. And Trevor is fine doing his stuff too. But realize that it's not all of us that consider ourselves Christian. So, Infamous is saying Pelicans used their size to beat up on the Kings in the paint. The Kings kept shooting threes. That's a good way to win it. Jonas Valanciunas, Zion Williamson, bully ball. There you go. I like that. And Blackhawks saying Mohamedou Gueye did not have anything serious found when he went to the hospital. That's what I heard too. I mean, if there was something really bad, we would have heard like really bad stuff. But everything's quiet. So I'm going to guess that means things are okay and better and trending that way. All right, I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about yesterday. Yeah, really like that Darko's putting that carrot in front of them. We win 3 games in a row. He's going to take the whole team out to dinner. Awesome stuff. Siakam, once again, playful with the press yesterday. They're kind of trying him. He's laughing at them. He's like, whatever, you guys are idiots, and you can't bug me. And then Grady, very confident, very okay with being on 905, talking about it a lot and saying that it's been great for his confidence. He's enjoyed being down there. And his shot has not changed. So Grady very much enjoying the NBA life with a half of NBA G League life too. And Fiercely saying at Blackhawk, good to know. Yeah, we're praying for you, Mohamedou. Either way, we're praying for all you guys, Christian too. Praying for all you guys. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. We'll be back tomorrow. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you feel like joining, there are privileges to being a member. You get the emotes. You get some access to Facebook chat live where we're breaking news all during the day. If there's a new open gym, there's a new Dennis Schroeder YouTube clip, you will get it right away from Monique and Trevor J and myself posting it in that chat. All right, thanks for watching. Tomorrow we got double duty on preview because we got 905 playing at 11 again tomorrow morning. 9:05 against Westchester Knicks, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, of course, the Miami Heat game at Scotiabank Arena tomorrow night. So preview tomorrow. I'll have the ref report and all the pertinent information. And I'll try and do it quick enough so that we can watch the 9:05 play at 11. I think it's a school game again. So we'll have that crazy school kids crowd again. Yeah. Milbester's here late. Hey, Raptors Freak. Quick hello. Hello, Knicks fan. How you doing? You got a big game tonight against the Bucks. We'll see who wins tonight in the second round of games for this part of the in-season tournament. Really good games last night. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There we go. David's saying, hey, and thanks to Fiercey from Blackhawk. Yeah. I'm glad he had that update. And no news is good news when it comes to that. He's saying wish us luck versus the Bucks in the knockout round. Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna kind of have to go with my guy Adrian. I'm sorry. In this one, in some ways, you guys are big market, and I'm rooting against Boston, the Lakers, and you. Those are the three teams I do not want to win this tournament the most. And Boston's out now, so I'm very happy about that. I'm sure you're happy about that too. But yeah, I'm actually going for our guy, Adrian. I got to root for Milwaukee in this situation because I do love Adrian Griffin and his years as a Raptors assistant coach. So I'm not on your side for tonight. I'm sorry. So yeah, but the best team win. How about that? I'll say may the best team win tonight. In some ways, I don't totally have a rooting interest for Milwaukee. But in some ways, if I had to pick, I was going to pick them. Yeah, Knicks is a good road team. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You're going up against Giannis and Dame Lillard. And that's never easy. That's never easy right there. David's saying, I mean, they're the Knicks, but yeah, sure. David's going to root for you. Why not? All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will be back tomorrow. I appreciate all y'all for the positive comments. They really do encourage me to keep going. I've had people come on here and comment all kinds of crazy jack shit in the comments in recent days. And they're saying stuff, what are you doing? Only covering the Raptors all the time. Well, listen, that's why I do this. It's a niche. It's a needed thing. And people have very much expressed today that they are glad I'm doing this channel because they want a place like this to be able to be a Raptors fan and just get rid of all the fucking stupid noise. So that's exactly why I make this. And I don't need to cover a whole rest of the NBA because there's a lot of other people doing that. And I do something special here. There you go. Smash the like button on the way out. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Let's go Raptors! Yeah!